There was a time in my life when it didn't take much for me to take my game controller and throw it across the room when I wasn't getting my way like a spoiled child. It's been a long time since that last occurrence of that happening in my life, but my god, it almost happened to me again with the newly released Rive from developer 2 Tribes that almost brought me to the possibility of destroying my controller again. You play as quick-witted salvager named Roughshod, who controls a small bot that has the ability to fire projectiles and hack other machines in Rive. Roughshod is a cliched character, but a mostly entertaining one at the very least, as you root through an old and seemingly abandoned spacecraft where the artificial intelligence is taken over. As you scavenge for parts and a search for a way to get fuel, you'll find that hostile bots, turrets, and traps have been set in motion. I'm not typically one to play a game that is so hard that I don't see any foreseeable progression. However, Rive has a unique quality that other quote-unquote hard games don't have, because finding a path to victory is more rewarding than most, as you will learn from your errors and master the timing of jumps and attacks faster thanks to the forgiving save points within the game. Rive can be unforgiving though, as it has no qualms about taking you out as soon as you respawn and lets you know that there's no room for error. The fun of Rive is that it's not afraid to change up the formula sometimes. There are times where the level design creates a new type of game, and not many levels are exactly alike. Furthermore, when Rive throws a wrench in the predictability of attacking, for example taking away your weapons completely and forcing you to hack bots around the area to get through a level. Unfortunately, as you go through the game in the 6 to 7 hours it'll probably take you to complete it, there are parts that tend to get a little stale. However, as great as some of the puzzles are in Rive, they are few and far between. The enemies are limited in variety, as you will come across the same ones over and over again. That and the fact that getting upgrades seems to be kind of pointless the majority of the time, and made it not as fulfilling as I wanted. Given the upgrades that are available, Rive has too much going on screen sometimes to even think about switching weapons, and I hardly use them the majority of the time. In fact, I use the missile upgrade at the beginning of the game the most, as that made the most sense through the playthrough. And the weapon you start off with may be the one you will probably use the entire time anyways. The use of the triangle button on my PS4 to jump has always been strange to me, since the cross button is the usual way, and I found it a bit annoying for a little while, but like anything else though, I got used to the controls fairly quickly, since the difficulty of Rive is so high that you have no real choice but to adhere to it. The sound and overall level design of Rive are its best features. In spite of its flaws, which there's not many of, Rive is actually a very well thought out game with a lot of care and attention to detail that went with it. Go into this game for its challenging nature and not the story, as Rive has a few humorous moments sprinkled in the script. But it won't be the reason you stay. The reason you'll stay, at least for me, was the old school challenge of a game that took me back to the days of wanting to throw my controller across the room again. I give Rive a 3 out of 5. Thank you everybody for listening to this review. Please like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe to the Nerd Theory channel. We have a lot of stuff starting to go on here on the channel, and hopefully you'll be a part of it.